Oh boy, where do I even begin when talking about this whole situation?
Shit, I don't even know. I can't even tell you that.
Now, I've been an Assassin's Creed and a Ubisoft fan for a lot of my life. I'm a pretty young guy, so Assassin's Creed and a lot of the older Ubisoft games were my childhood, mainly the Assassin's Creed series and the Far Cry series. Far Cry 3 is literally my favorite game of all time.
Oh my god, your dick is so small!
And I've been going on Twitter and I've been seeing the amount of shit going on online. It's absolute chaos. It's a war out there about the Assassin's Creed Shadows situation. Now, I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed, despite the absolute decline that it's gone on recently.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
It has a close place in my heart. I can't just ignore all the amazing games they made in the past just because of what's happening now.
Who?
Blast him.
Who?
But then again, I'm also not going to give Ubisoft any sympathy. Now let's get on to the main situation. Obviously, the main debate going on right now is with the whole Yasuke main character shit. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just say it straight up. I don't really give a shit about this whole debate because I don't think people are focusing on the important fact enough that Ubisoft makes garbage games and the fact that Ubisoft is probably gonna make another garbage game with Assassin's Creed Shadows. People are too busy focusing on the Yasuke shit, defending it, going against it. How about we look at the actual game? This game is probably gonna suck absolute ass. It's gonna have terrible microtransactions, expensive ass gear, empty ass world with shitty side missions, trash facial animations when the characters are talking to you. But they're all gonna cover that up with a coat of paint, with the nice graphics and the nice world, which I'll admit does look very beautiful in the trailers and the gameplay reveal that they did. Graphics and the attention to detail was definitely improved from the last few entries. And the main reason that I'm so pissed off about this whole debate is that this debate is causing people to have sympathy for Ubisoft, which is like, just please no. Every time I see someone online defending Ubisoft from this hate, which of course the hate is stupid, but also don't defend Ubisoft, man. If there's a company that doesn't deserve to be defended, it's Ubisoft. They suck. They have terrible business practices. They make terrible games. They scam their audience. Their quality is garbage. They don't listen to the fans. And yeah, I still see people defending them, and it just pisses me off. I was literally watching Mutahar's video, and if you don't know Mutahar, Some Ordinary Gamers, subscribe to him. Bro makes awesome videos. He was talking about the whole situation and how Ubisoft apologized for the whole situation to the Japanese community and stuff. He literally went over a Twitter post which showed that the sword, the katana they made for Yasuke on the Ubisoft French account, which they state in the tweet will make you feel an immersive experience. A lot of research and thought went into it, and someone literally compared it to Zoro's sword from fucking One Piece.
Can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
And it matched. They just copied the whole fucking sword design from Zoro from One Piece.
The sword matches the exact sword of a character, Roronoa Zoro from One Piece, okay?
And they're just showing it off to show their master craftsmanship and how they give you an immersive experience. Like, this company is so I hate them. I actually hate them. They ruined two of my favorite game franchises of all time. Some of my favorite games are Ubisoft games. The Ezio trilogy, Assassin's Creed 4, even Assassin's Creed Unity. Now in 2024, post-launch with everything fixed, it's genuinely a good game. And then the only game that I really love out of the RPG shit that happens now is Assassin's Creed Origins. Origins is genuinely one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games of all time, and I feel it had one of the best protagonists of all time in terms of Bayek, and I feel like that was the only chance you had to get even close to Ezio if you gave Bayek a trilogy or even a sequel. But obviously, as Ubisoft does constantly these days, they bottled it. So yeah, Ubisoft released a statement apologizing, saying their games are not historically accurate, that they like to mix in fiction, but people need to stop gaslighting themselves. People act like Assassin's Creed games now all of a sudden have never been historically accurate. If you go back and look at some of the worlds they've created, the historical figures they've had, the overall attention to detail, there's been a lot of historically accurate stuff in Assassin's Creed. Yes, the overlying plot with the pieces of Eden and all the alien shit, yes, obviously that's ridiculous. Even the whole scenario of getting in the Animus to watch a guy's memories is obviously all fake and sci-fi, but the core world building of the game is all historically accurate. And I have a feeling that Ubisoft have broken their own rule here of not having a historical real figure as the main character of the game because they just wanted people to talk about it. That is my opinion, honestly, because they could have very well made Yasuke just a samurai you encounter. He helps you out, side character like they did in all the other games. I mean, they've had Cleopatra, they've had Benjamin Franklin, they've had Mary Read as James Kidd or whatever you want to call her. They've had Blackbeard, Alexander Graham Bell. I mean, they've done this many times before. They've had historically accurate real people in the game as side characters, obviously aiding you, not doing what they did in real life. Obviously, they're helping out the assassins and whatever. They could have done that for Yasuke easily. They broke their own rule and made a real figure one of the main characters of the game. They could have very easily done done what they do in all the other games like Valhalla and Odyssey, just have male and female versions of the same exact character basically. But obviously they knew what would happen. Ubisoft aren't stupid. They are terrible at making games, but they're not stupid. They knew having Yasuke as the main character would get people talking. They knew this is the publicity they wanted. Any publicity is good publicity. They could have very well gone the safe route. And for some reason, I don't know what Ubisoft has against having an East Asian male protagonist, because this is their second game. Assassin's Creed Chronicles China also didn't have an East Asian male protagonist. They had a female. They just don't want an East Asian male protagonist, but don't anyway, because Jin Sakai the GOAT, any character Ubisoft make will be compared to Jin Sakai and it will fall short in every single way. So just don't try it. You know what? Good job, Ubisoft. Good job. And when I've been looking at the Assassin's Creed Shadows gameplay reveal trailer, I will say I am impressed by the improvements they made. Mirage was already a step forward in the right direction. Even though it was a painfully average game, it was a step forward. And again, I really like what they've done specifically with Naoe, and her stealth gameplay looks really cool. They've given new items like this grappling hook she's using. She's going prone, she's taking out the lights. The seasons are changing so she can use the different lights and stuff. It's cool, and it's definitely a step forward in the right direction. Yasuke's gameplay, it looks okay. I don't know why they would have a big brawling brute character in Assassin's Creed anyway. You can play so many other games for that, and it's honestly just a B-Tech Ghost of Tsushima HUD combat system, literally everything. It's just the worst version. But overall the gameplay looks nice, the world looks really beautiful. I love the way you can interact with the environment much more. Very impressed with Naoe's gameplay. Yasuke's gameplay is alright. In general, I mean, I don't know, some people I've seen are kind of gassing it up way too much, like I said before, giving Ubisoft way too much credit. Like, have you guys been playing the other games? It doesn't look that much different to the other ones. It's obviously that same garbage engine. At least the parkour does look a lot smoother, but this engine, the parkour will never be what it once was. This engine just does not allow for smooth parkour. I don't know why, it's just too stiff, the animation are too rigid. But in general, the game looks okay. But just all I'm saying is, I'm excited for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Start looking at how Ubisoft makes garbage games and stop arguing about stupid shit like this Yasuke stuff. Let's look at the actual game. It's Ubisoft Quebec. They don't make good games. They made the two worst Assassin's Creed games of all time, Odyssey and Syndicate.
No switching, bitch. Yeah, ain't no switching. Yeah. Ain't no switching, bitch. Yeah, ain't no switching. Ain't no switching. I'm tired of dealing with you lame ass hoes. You can get hit with a cane, hoe. And yeah, I'm talking about Slick Rick.
Cut the shit the fuck off. What is it? Bro, what is he doing?
So let's focus on the actual important shit. Let's forget this Yasuke shit. In my opinion, I think they did all this just to get publicity, but that's just my opinion. They could have gone the easy route, but they chose the more controversial way. Should it really be controversial? No. But they broke their own rules, so clearly they knew what they were doing. But I am surprised, you know, because I have seen, specifically when I'm talking about this Assassin's Creed discourse online recently, quite a lot of people genuinely enjoy the RPG games. And I'm talking about, when I talk about the RPG games, I'm talking about the garbage RPG games, which are Valhalla and Odyssey. Origins does not count, because Origins merged the RPG and the Assassin's Creed original elements in perfectly. It gave the series what it needed after Unity, a good shake-up, and that was all just ruined in Odyssey and Valhalla. But there's genuinely people who like Odyssey and Valhalla, like a lot, and it just bamboozles me. Especially with Odyssey, people like to use this argument of it's a bad Assassin's Creed game, but it's a good RPG game.
You just wrong. Shut the fuck up and be wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
But no, it's not. It's not a good RPG game. You have not been playing enough good RPG games if you think that's really good. The open world is garbage. The cities feel so weird. You're in the middle of Greece, in the most populated and the most beautiful cities in the world at that time, and they feel empty. You can't interact with the world at all. The decisions mean nothing. You can be an absolute prick, killing everyone one day, and you can then be nice the next day. No one cares. The RPG elements are not good in that game. I could make a 2-hour video talking about why those games are terrible, but genuinely some people like them, and I've seen this annoying revisionism with these exact same people talking about how the older games like Assassin's Creed 2 are terrible. Bro, they're not. You need to go back and play them. I went back and played the Ezio trilogy recently. Shit, that's aged like fine wine, man. Especially Assassin's Creed 2, definitely the greatest Assassin's Creed game of all time. Fucking hell, man. That story, yeah, the parkour is quite clunky and some of the controls are clunky, but it's a very old game. But damn, the gameplay, the combat feels nice. The parkour, if you string it together, you can do some beautiful movements with it, and it's actually kind of complicated. You can do the side ejects, the back ejects. It's nice. The open world feels developed. There's loads of shit to do. There's all sorts of different side quests, the beat 'em up events, the codex pages, the assassinations. The city feels bustling. Like, those games are on a different level, and I don't understand how there's genuinely people who prefer the RPG shit over the older shit. But you know, everyone is allowed their opinions. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna make fun of you for them. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments what you guys think about this whole situation, about the actual game itself. Who the fuck cares about this Yasuke shit? Let's just move on and judge Ubisoft Quebec for the garbage games they make, and how Ubisoft is a trash developer that deserves absolutely no sympathy, none of your defense. Trust me, they don't care. Goodbye.